and dig in and help to establish this new paradigm. Everybody give it up for everybody concerned. With all that said, I'd like to clarify that the title of today's lecture is in no way totally connected to the substance of what is about to be decoded. In fact, it may want to be renamed at the end of this proceedings, and you may name it the way you wish to. Most of what I am saying is just to kind of call the spirit to the moment anyway. Yes, we will cover the topic of biological warfare, and yes, by all means we will endeavor to cover as much info on genetic ascension. But if by the time we are through here today it appears that we do not cover all that is to be covered, please rest assured that it will be continued in our next gathering, and I intend to do so. During our time together, it may appear as if I'm jumping from subject to subject. This cannot be helped due to the short time we have to understand all that is occurring simultaneously to this moment, even as we are gathered here today. I cannot catch up with everything and bring it into perspective. I have to take one thing at a time, and then each one of you are to pull it together, you see, and tie the rope around that and strengthen yourself around those pieces of information. I have tons of information. I have become initiated in so many different factors around so many different subjects that it's very difficult for me to just speak on one thing. So, beloved, for as long as you have known me, you have always heard me say that no matter what, that anything having to do with the spirit and the activities of the spirit are no accident. Therefore, this gathering and all gatherings occurring like this around the world are vibratory cells of progressive awareness that is incubating the consciousness seeds of the coming time. You have chosen to choose yourself, to become an elite circle of light workers who by your very thought processes make you eligible for membership in a cosmic elite. But as you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. You, I call my fellow dream walkers. From now on, those who come in attendance together with me are essentially stepping into the circle of dream walkers. The following words were spoken to me at our last gathering by the collective. That is, the harmonic tone that struck by each of you as you give your precious attention to me. Do you realize that every time you pay attention, you strike a note, a chord, a tone that is harmonized? Everything about you right now, every interference that comes with every spurious thought has now quieted. Because why? You have given me your attention. And when you go into a mode of learning, all thought stops. So most of your thoughts are based upon discordant experiences, things that you're going through right now, the events of the time, the events of the day, the family, the society immediate and extended. All of that is creating a thought process, a thought flow that is causing your bioelectricity to become disharmonized. As we are here together gathered, and we are paying attention to one another, that attention quiets those discordant sounds. And now you are in the realm of the dream walker. So learning ceases thought. And here's what each one of you all said to me. I am a dream walker. I am the I am that will be. And as this is so, I am God asleep. For God could not know itself unless I sleep. For God awake is a God unknown. For all that is, actually is, all that is not. So I sleep, and in that sleep do I dream. And in my dream do I break the seal of perfect ignorance, to witness, to become, to feel, to desire, to touch the dark path, to emerge from the other side, a seed of light, and S-E-E-D that has S-E-E-N, my true self. I am God, incarcerated, sentenced to a technicolor dream, the perfect dream of an imperfect perfection, where forever and eternal, I am as I sleep, the I am that I am, a dream walker in the I am that will be. That is what you told me. I've been told that I am of Olmec Mayan descent. I was also told that they wrote many a prophecy concerning this very time that we are living in now. Their prophecies were documented in calendar form called the Zok-In, because the blood codes of their genetic programming made them obsessive, quintessential timekeepers. In the Olmec Mayan prophecies, it was stated that in our time frame numbering 1987, a planetary alignment will cause the striking of a celestial tone or harmonic that would be a cosmic alarm clock sounding. This clock would signal the fact that our solar system, a consciousness time zone of awareness, has reached its final stages in an evolutionary cycle for the human atomic structure called the ninth hell. This was written by the Olmec Mayans. In 1987, a tone was struck, and that tone was a doorway that was described by the ancestors as the ninth hell. And it's interesting that a movie came out called The Ninth Gate. The Ninth Gate, starring Johnny Depp. He played a man in this movie called Dean Corso. Dean Corso, C-O-R-S-E. Now, it's funny because you know I have to tell you that every time you look at a movie or you hear a news story, you cannot look at things in the surface. You must investigate why they choose the name, why they choose the particular person. So you look up the word Dean, and you see the word Dean means an administrative officer in charge of a college faculty, a division of a university, an officer of a college or high school who counsels students and supervises the enforcement of rules, the head of a chapter of canons governing a cathedral or collegiate church, a priest appointed to oversee a group of parishes within a diocese. You take the key words and you put them aside. His last name was Corso. Dean Corso. Taking the significant words within the definition dynamic and placing it with the name Corso, you see the word corpse. So he essentially was a priest of the dead. He was dead and he didn't know it. He was visited by an archangel that kept on bugging him. Now, Johnny Depp played a man who was a priest of the dead. He was looking for a book called The 9 Gates of the Kingdom of Shadows, written in, get this, 1666, by a name named Aristito Torquay. He was also hoping to find another book, a book reputed to have been written by Satan himself called the De la Melanicum. The De la Melanicum. I'm telling you books you need to go and check. In the end, he is shown the ritual of the 9 gates, and the movie leaves you at the point where he is going for a face-to-face meeting with Satan himself. And that was the end of the movie, and he is fading away. As you see the movie vamping, he is walking into the light that is supposed to be the meeting place and the gate of hell itself to have a meeting with Satan. And then in 2001, you see him emerge in another movie called From Hell. Putting the two movies together, what do you get? The 9th gate from hell. You need to go and see those 2 pictures. Rent the copy, look at the copy and see what's being said by all the people who are playing the roles that they are playing. And then go see From Hell. There are messages every time these particular subjects are brought up. They do it for themselves. They do it to entertain themselves and to inform themselves. So there are no accidents. There is no accident to the fact that he made a movie called The 9th Gate, and then after another movie he makes From Hell. Something to think about, something to discuss in depth at another time. The Olmec Mayan prophecy went on to say that when this tone or this cosmic alarm harmonic was struck, it would be the signal for the beginning of 25 years of madness, chaos, suffering, and anguish before our solar system begins its ascent to the 13th heaven. Now, if you think the Illuminati is not keeping pace with everything that our ancestors have put down, you're sadly mistaken. Because essentially all subjects of our ancestors are represented specifically in the symbologies of today. I told you the last time that this particular word is significant in that the name itself works towards